Hello and welcome to my new series called Yugioh Card Interactions. In today's episode we will be covering card interactions between a new card, Penguin Torpedo, and a card which has found its popularity within Duel Links, Power of the Guardians. So we'll first have a look at the effect of Penguin Torpedo. It's a Water Aqua level 3 with 550 attack and 300 defense. Its effect is, this card can attack directly. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can target one level 6 or lower monster your opponent controls, take control of it until the end phase, but negate its effects. Also, it cannot declare an attack. You can only use this effect of Penguin Torpedo once per turn. At the end of the damage step, if this card attacked, destroy it. And the next card we're looking at is Power of the Guardians. This is an equipped spell. If an attack is declared involving the equipped monster, place one spell counter on this card. The equipped monster gains 500 attack and defense for each spell counter on this card. If the equipped monster would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can remove one spell counter from your field instead. So first you summon Penguin Torpedo, then you equip Power of the Guardians. What happens is Power of the Guardians gives your Penguin Torpedo an extra 500 attack, making its total attack 1050. This gives you a decent amount of damage to put on the board. The next effect you'll see is the Power of the Guardians equip spell adds a spell counter to itself, but then now we'll have a look at how these cards interact with each other, in which case you have a choice. You can either remove the spell counter from your Power of the Guardians, or you can actually, to prevent its Torpedo's destruction, or you could let Torpedo destroy itself. So there you go. That's the interaction with the card. I think it's actually a good technique for it. The only real downsides is, of course, your opponent might have large attack position monsters, so even if they are taking direct battle damage, it's going to be little in comparison to what they might put on their board. When I first saw Penguin Torpedo being revealed, this was the first basic combo I thought with the card. I know it's not the most technical of strategies to use, but in certain cases it does have its uses. If you're planning a pure version of Penguins, I think this is one route you can take, or because the thing is that these cards don't actually have to be used in unison with each other. If you draw into one of the pieces, you can use that, or if, for example, you go into Power of the Guardians, you can always equip that to your no Penguins to help keep that on the field. It gives you a greater amount of flexibility in comparison to some strategies where they have to almost be equipped to specific cards. Power of the Guardians is very generic. It doesn't require a water attribute, it doesn't require any sort of type, level, any other interactions. It just has to be equipped to a monster, and that's all it needs to be done for. So I'm giving these a star rating for the following criteria. The first being the technical strategy. I believe this is only a 1 out of 5. It's something I didn't have to research too much. It's not something... well, I've been in the game since the very beginning, so I've seen pretty much from Metal Raiders onwards, and so I'm familiar with most cards to some extent. It's not a strategy that's difficult to pull off. In terms of its ease of use, yes, it's incredibly easy to use. There are certain cards that can actually search out for either of the cards. For example, Penguin Torpedo can be searched out by the effect of Mother Grizzly, and there are various other cards that support these strategies. In terms of the surprise factor, I do believe this is a 3 out of 5. I think this would surprise your opponent. It's not a combo that's kind of well known of, but it is quite easy to kind of defeat. All you need to do is just get rid of the effect of Power of the Guardians, or just kind of remove it from the field, and then your Penguin Torpedo is left exposed. Thank you for watching the video. Like the video if you enjoyed it. What do you think of this combo? Is this something you've thought of before, or is this a completely new strategy to you? Whatever you think, leave those comments down below, and please make sure to subscribe. It helps to promote my channel.